Hey girls, it's Katie. I am 12 weeks and 1 day pregnant today. Feeling a little bit depleted because I got a stomach bug 2 nights ago, and yesterday I was pretty sick. I was pretty sick even last night. I'm just starting to kind of like take baby steps back to being normal today. So that really wiped me out. Previous to that stuff, I'll kind of recap this past week. The big news is that we told Mike's parents, so now both sets of parents, and then all of our siblings. We each have a brother and a sister. We shared the news with all of them. So in the next couple of weeks, we should be pretty public. Definitely by the time we get to the second trimester, we'll be making that, sort of big announcement and filling all you in. I've gotten a few comments lately from people saying like just really wonderful stuff, that I'm glowing or radiant or something like that, and I definitely don't feel like I've been glowing lately, but I really appreciate hearing that. That sounds nice. So before I got sick, I was having strong nausea waves this week. So not really constant, but like on and off at all times of the day, but pretty strong. Probably the strongest it's been so far. I still haven't thrown up, and sort of a mixed blessing. I have a really strong stomach. I have a stomach of steel. I almost never throw up for any reason. And sometimes I just wish I would, so I would actually feel better. But I'm always really kind of able to hold it at bay, and then I think I suffer a little bit more. I have had both constipation and diarrhea. TMI, of course. Good times. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but sort of a pre-existing thing that I have is that my sacroiliac joint, which is the joint between your tailbone and your pelvis, I just have like a defect in mine on one side, on the right side. It is always, I guess it doesn't move as much as it's supposed to. It's like a semi-immobile joint, so it's not something that you're supposed to get a lot of movement out of, like you do your elbow or something. It's sort of like a fibrous joint, so it only is supposed to move a little bit. And on one side, it's just my anatomy or whatever. But mine sort of locks, and I get pain from that. And that is something that pregnancy makes worse, because I don't know if it's the hormonal stuff, the relaxin, or if it's just like the extra weight or whatever. But it was something I struggled with in Alice's pregnancy, and it's something that's starting to bother me a bit more already. So it's hard for me to go from a laying down position to a sitting up position. And I just have to move really slow, kind of like when I'm getting started moving. What really helped me last time was taking prenatal yoga classes, and then also towards the end of my pregnancy, I did chiropractics. And I don't know budget-wise sort of what's going to be realistic this time around. I'm hoping that I'm able to kind of do some exercises on my own and kind of keep it in check, and maybe just get a little bit lucky and it won't be as bad as it got towards the end last time. So yeah, that's my SI joint. You'll probably hear me talking about it in the future. Also, I think my food aversions are worse this time. It doesn't matter how bad I want something, or how hungry I am, or how much I've been craving something. I sit down to eat it and I take like 2 bites and I just feel completely full and sick and like I can't touch it anymore. I was really excited because Mike doesn't like pecans. He doesn't like most nuts. And when he went out of town for work last week, my treat for myself, I've been really craving pecan pie. So I thought, okay, when he leaves, I'll make myself pecan pie, and it'll be like my special treat. I mean, I thought about this thing for weeks. And sure enough, I made it. It came out of the oven, it looked so good, and I sat down with a piece and I could just eat like 1 bite. And really, like, that's just it's such a bummer, I want to be able to enjoy food, and I really do usually enjoy cooking and eating, and I don't know, just nothing appeals to me right now, and that's really tough. A couple of funny things in the past week that have emerged are that I'm craving dairy more, which is weird because I rarely even eat dairy. I bought yogurt for the first time in probably 6 months because it just was something I really wanted. I made tapioca pudding from scratch, like with dairy milk. So I don't know if that's, I'm craving calcium. I do eat other non-dairy calcium sources, but I don't know, that's been a strange thing that's come back. Also, I was way turned off coffee for a long time, but in the past week, that has started tasting and smelling good to me, so I'll have like a few sips of coffee. I have a cute little mug. It's really tiny, and I usually have a that half full, like just in my normal life before pregnancy. And yeah, that's starting to taste good again. Emotionally, at this point, 12 weeks in, I feel like I'm getting really tired of having to apologize for things. I feel like I'm always apologizing to Mike for not, cooking inspired meals and not being able to, not cleaning up as much, not having the energy to stay up with him at night, having to go to bed early and just, I don't know, I just feel like I'm always apologizing for everything. I think in the next few weeks I'll really start feeling more like myself and have more energy and be able to do the things that I normally do, and I'm looking forward to that little boost. There are very few things I am planning to buy during this pregnancy, but one of them is a Snuggle, like a specifically like pregnancy maternity pillow. I bought a really cheap, like $10 body pillow when I was pregnant with Alice, and it just didn't cut it. I did not sleep well. I was really uncomfortable. Like I said, I sort of have some back issues anyway. So that is something I'm keeping an eye out for, looking for a good deal. Alice needs some attention, so I'm going to hurry up and wrap up. I would say the best thing about this week was a really tragic week, sort of just in the news, in the country. It was the Boston Marathon bombings and the fertilizer plant explosion, all kinds of stuff. And as we speak, they are searching for the second suspect in the Boston bombings, and everybody's on lockdown, all that stuff. It's just been like a really intense kind of week, even though, my family isn't personally affected. But it's just been, on the front of all of our minds. So I'll say the best thing about the past week is that we just had like a nice family day on Sunday. And I think those simple pleasures and just simple times spent together are so important and so wonderful. We took a hike up the mountain early in the morning. We had a nice lunch in our backyard, just played all together and did some baking together, and it was just a good kind of mundane day. And I know that, all the people who've experienced tragedy this week are just wishing for those kind of normal days. So I can really appreciate that. And it's something I'm looking forward to, when we're a family of 4 too. What those normal days will be like, what our family kind of fun will look like with a new person. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and I just cannot wait to let you in on the secret very soon. Here is the belly shot for 12 weeks. Let's see, maybe this way. As I said, it is gone. I had quite a sizable bump. Or at least I thought so earlier in the week, but just being sick has taken me down to nothing. But I'm sure it will come back with a vengeance. So that's it.